Alright, hello and welcome to this video. You're going to hear the bear roar today because the bear is angry. I want to discuss a bunch of things that happened to me today and how things are just getting absolutely ridiculous, and how, I know I made a video maybe a little over a week ago trying to be optimistic. Well, all that optimism, I'm sorry to say, is down the drain because some of the stuff I've been dealing with this past week, both in Mineola and immediately where I live, is just getting out of control. And yeah, you saw my other video about EBT, obviously. But I'm going to first talk about how this day went for me. All right, and we've all had bad days here and then, but I want to talk about what happened to me. So the building where I live, last week they did some painting. They repainted some parts of the outside of the building, the door on the outside. They fixed the concrete by the steps. They made the door to the basement look nicer, and I appreciate that. But they left a sign up that said wet paint, so I knew, all right, well, wet paint on door. That sign had been there for a very long time, and the paint had dried. Well, lo and behold, today, I thought they were done painting, but I go open the front door to my building and go down the stairs, which are kind of steep, so I had to grab the railing, and with my left hand, and I immediately knew that they had painted the railing because my hand was full of sticky brown paint on my left hand. I was on my way to the train, and they didn't have a sign or anything. I turned around behind me, and they still had the old sign up about the wet paint, but nothing new. But apparently they had painted that railing again. I don't know. It just stuck to my hand. I don't know what the heck it was. I don't know if maybe it never dried. They painted it last week. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I'm on my way to catch a train. I can't go back up to wash my hands. I had to catch the train. And I didn't want to grab anything, so I just was on my way to the train station, and there was an office building, kind of a rundown office building that looked mostly vacant with the lights off. There was a woman standing outside, and I saw that there was a restroom right by the entrance, and I knew to wash my hands. And I knew I might not have that ability when I get to the train station. So she's like, "Oh, okay." She's like kind of nodding, yes, and then I'm in the bathroom washing my hands, and well, guess what happened? I was using my camera, and the camera just turned off for no reason. So now I'm using my phone. My bad luck just does not stop today. So, well, the case is, this woman kind of goes over to me and says, "This is private property. You really shouldn't be in here." Even though she kind of said I could go in and wash my hands. She really didn't like me going in there to wash my hands. Because my hand was full of brown paint on my left hand, and I had to get it off. I didn't want it to dry, so I figured let me just try to wash as soon as possible. And because I could feel her, she was going to call the police any minute, so I'm like, all right, let me just go. Just trying to use the restroom. This used to be called the Friendly Village. Actually, Mineola is far from friendly. It's not very friendly at all, actually. They don't let you cross the street. They try to hit you all the time. But anyway, so I was able to get some of it off, and then I'm like, all right, maybe I could do the rest of the train. Yeah, of course, we're going to have problems. But whatever, just keep going. So, I'm thinking maybe I'll just do the rest of the train station, whatever. I'll go to the train station, and I'll do the rest there. And so, you can see this thing is starting to move again, this phone. Why can't you just stay put? Come on. Stay put. Don't move. Don't move. All right? Do something right today. All right? So, I get to the train station. I figured, all right, I got about 7 or 8 minutes before I get on the train to Babylon. So, let me go and use the bathroom at the Mineola train station. As you know, the tiny Mineola station house only has one bathroom. And like most train stations, which have 2, we only have 1. So, of course, there's a bum in there. There's always a bum in there. And the ticket clerk was like, "Yeah, he's been in there a while." And I'm like, and I just started knocking on the door. "I need to go. I need to wash my hands." you know, and he's just like like that, you know, whatever. I don't know what the hell he was saying, you know. And then I get mad. I get mad. I say, get out of the freaking bathroom, bum! Bang on the door. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but at this point I was just angry. I needed to wash my hands. And this bum's just fooling around there. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was washing up. So he finally opens the door. His pants are like half on. And he's like, I can't even understand what the freak he's saying. He's barely coherent with words or whatever. So he's like, all right, I figure, all right, let me use the sink or whatever, so I could wash at least some more of this paint off my hands. So I was able to get more of it off, but of course he was still in the bathroom with me, so I didn't really feel comfortable. I just tried to get a little more of it off, and then I had to go and get my train. So I get on my train, the train that goes to the train that goes to Babylon. It's a patch-up train that stops at Mineola. Of course, it's short today. It has only 3 cars instead of 4, so it's crowded. And 2 engines on both sides. I don't know why they did that, but whatever the case is, the car I get in has no AC, so I got to find another car. And I was able to find the bathroom in there and wash a little more of that paint off. If you've ever gotten paint on your hands, you know how aggravating it is. It's all because the people who own my building couldn't be bothered to put a sign on the door exiting my building saying the railing has paint on it. Don't touch the railing. They didn't have a sign there. That's how this all got started. All right. So anyway, I get to Babylon and I finally go to the restroom Babylon, which of course is a nice big restroom. I was able to wash the rest of the paint off. So I was aggravated, and I was already in a very bad mood, and so things going on in Mineola are not good. Things are not good in this town. I was trying to be optimistic about it, but things are not good in this town at all. I saw so many homeless people today, all over, new ones that I've never seen before. This town is, even during the day, it's dead. This town is in some serious trouble. Where I live is a slum. I was trying to be happy about. I was trying to say, I can't. I don't know what I was drinking that day to try to be positive, but I just cannot be positive about where I live. I just can't do it. Whatever the case was, I wanted to get my mind off all this, and after dinner I said, I'm going to go to Belmont Lake State Park, take a little evening walk there, watch the sunset. Took the train to Babylon. Of course, it was an M9. A lot of people well-dressed, the important people. I was with actual important people on the train there because I'm not worthy. I'm not even worthy to be in the same train car with them. At least that's the way I feel, the way they act. But anyway, you got to be with them if you want to matter. So I get to Babylon. All right, I'm going to get the 3 bus, which is supposed to leave around 7 o'clock. I figure, all right, I'll go there and, spend an hour there at Belmont Lake. And of course, the bus is there. Driver picks us up. It's around 7 o'clock. Okay, good. We're going to leave on time. And then she don't leave. And then we're sitting there at 7:04, 7:05. They're doing a driver change. Yeah, of course. So the other driver comes along late, taking his sweet time. Finally, they do the change. He gets on the bus, and the guy drives like slow the whole way, of course. Now we're 10 minutes late. It's typical EBT. So I had less time at Belmont Lake than I wanted to, and I barely got to see the sunset. It was pretty cool, but I needed that little bit of time just to be with nature, and I wanted to do something there. I figured after that, I'll just take the next 3 bus, take that to Deer Park, and then I can transfer. There's a Shoprite there. There's a shop. All right. So I went to Belmont Lake. It was beautiful, and I walked around, and then I was planning on, I'll get the next 3 bus, at least Babylon at 8:04, and I'll get to the Shoprite around 8:20, 8:30, and do there, and then I'll get on I'll get on the 5 bus, or I'll walk Deer Park or Wyandanch or whatever. But what wound up happening was we ran very late. I was waiting out there for that 3 bus.
It didn't show up until like nearly 8:45. He was like 35, 40 minutes late. I asked the driver, why are you so late? He's like, oh, the bus had a problem. Bus had a problem. It's always a problem at EBT. Always. So I got, all right, I'll go to Shoprite, and then I'll get the 5 bus. There's the last 5 out of Babylon, at least Babylon 905. And then I'll take that to the Deer Park train station. I'm still going to get home late, but I'll take that to the Deer Park train station. There's no way I'm waiting for the train in Wyandanch in the middle of the night. No way. I'm not going to Wyandanch. It's too dangerous. So, because things are laid out like crap here in the middle of the island. You know, it would have been nice if they had a train station at Deer Park Avenue. I don't know why they can't reopen that train station. But anyway, that's the way things are laid out in the middle of the island. It's not pedestrian friendly. So, whatever the case was, 5, all right, it's running a little late. I see it coming. I'm at the bus stop. There's a little paper sign there. Have my hand out as the bus is approaching. I'm wearing bright clothes. I have my phone lit up. The driver drives right past me. Doesn't stop. He could sort of see me out of the corner of his eye. I could tell. And he just drove right on past. He just kept going. He just kept going. And I was livid, as you saw in that video. I was livid. I still am livid. And now I remember it hit me. I've seen this driver pass people up before. So I'm going to make sure he's terminated. All right? So that was just a topper to a very aggravating day, and I had to call my relative to give me a ride back home. All right? That's what happened. All right? And I was very upset about it. Really upset about it. People just aren't nice. Of course, if I lived on the South Shore, it wouldn't have been an issue. There were more buses going toward the South Shore. But of course, I'm not worthy enough to live there because I have a disability. So I have to live in a slum in a dying town because I can't live in a happy place. A happy place is only for a certain privileged demographic that works on Wall Street. Those white preppy people that you got to be around if you want to matter here on Long Island. All right, so yeah, I had a bad day. I'm fed up, and on top of it, of course, it's a nice cool night, but I have to have my air conditioner on because the alley's still warm. I can't get the cool breeze in the alley. It's unbelievable. It's like 8 degrees warmer in there. So I got to have the AC on. And of course, it smells like weed and all other kinds of crap in there. Oh, that's the other thing. I get home, my roll draws off, and we have guy in hoodie hanging out in front of my building. Yeah, so I have that too, of course. So, yeah. This is what I get to deal with where I live. And I have had it. I have reached my breaking point. I tried. I tried to come to terms to it. I cannot come to terms with this anymore. I cannot come to terms with it anymore. I must do what I can to get out of here. It may mean suing my agency. It may mean having to shut up and go live in New Jersey. But I can't live here anymore. I can't deal with this building. I can't deal with the kind of people I have in my neighborhood. I can't deal with this town, this dead, depressing town that's full of homeless people, full of panhandling. People are complaining on social media about this, that there's that guy in the wheelchair, remember him? You know, he's all over town, and they just dump him here. They just dump him here because Mineola has no, somebody said, oh, Mineola has political power. No, we have no political power. That's why our street lights are out. That's why we're ignored every time. With everything, we get all the problems dumped here. Businesses are leaving. They're closing. This is not a happy place to live. And for somebody with a mental illness, a mental condition like myself, to continue to be here is going to be the end of me. I tried to come to church. I tried. I really tried. But I can't. I can't in my right mind just deal with this anymore. I can't. I can't. So, everything going on. That's what's going on. So, and I got to work on a weather update. So, I don't know if I can keep doing the weather updates. I really want to try because it's important. But I'm just fed up with it all. I'm fed up with it all here. I really am. And for those who think it's such a great place here in Mineola, you try living on my street. You try walking through the town. Walking, not driving. Walk through the town to the train station every day. You do it and see how you like it. Because all these other people who comment on here thinking it's such a great place to live, well, I think they're in a different world. They've never been here, or they're just driving through and they don't realize just how bad it's gotten. This town is finished. All right? And, well, I'm sorry. I don't want it to be finished. I don't want it to be finished. I think it has a lot of potential, but unfortunately, you have to have enough of a certain demographic, and we don't have enough of a certain demographic here. That's the way it goes here on Long Island. It's all part of the plan to force us out. And that's why it all matters. Oh, we have no inventory. That's what my agent said. Why are you taking us to it? We have no inventory. Well, there is inventory. You just don't want to pay the higher rents that they require. But even then, they could still say, well, we don't want to rent to programs. And then somebody makes a snide comment, well, all the good areas won't allow programs because they want to stay good areas. Like saying that I'm not worthy to live in a good area. Well, fuck you, man. You know? I can't be around this crap anymore. I can't be around the homeless. I can't be around no life at night. I can't be around living in a building that faces a brick wall. It's like a prison. It's so fucking hot here. I can't breathe in this place. You got people smoking weed all over the place. It's disgusting here, man. It's a slum. I'm done. I'm just done. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. I'm sorry, guys. That's it.